Hello, this is Jer. I'm playing Oxygen Not Included on the Rime Asteroid. In the last episode, I set up a oil and plastic production system. So oil's being converted to petroleum, petroleum's being converted to plastic. And that's all thanks to this crude oil warming system. But this whole system shut off. So I had to disable everything. Why? Because I don't have enough power generation to run everything. Also have this area over here, a few cleans, creating material. We're creating ceramic and refined carbon. Started creating a few pieces of steel. But as I mentioned, we have a power issue. The amount of hydrogen we have is just not keeping up. And even when the dupes are occasionally on the manual generator, even that's not enough with all the production that I want to do. So my solution is to go towards steam. No, not the gaming platform. I mean actual steam from water. So what I've done since the last episode is I've gotten the dupes to create this little pathway here through petroleum. Just blocked it off so that avoiding other materials going in, such as chlorine, carbon dioxide, because I want to maintain a vacuum right here. And I've got 3 spots for steam turbines to sit here, here, and here. And just have this little area that water is going to be pushed in, converted to steam. And that's going to go into the steam turbines, making some power. I already have heavy watt wire here. So it's just a matter of putting the last final pieces in together. One other thing I have done, or I'm working on, is automation to remove these pip eggs. You can see the trees are not happy. I'm producing a little bit of steel. And since I'm diverting the power from this, I'm hoping this guy's running, though I can see at the moment not that well. But that's one reason we certainly want to get power, because this whole place is pretty cold. The base is looking a little green, but it could definitely be warmer. Definitely up here, this critically needs to be warmer because of those plants. But as I was saying, automated process to send the pip eggs down to here along with hatch eggs. And then I've got this area set up so that this guy is going to feed this guy pip eggs when this room is in need of any. So if it's 10 or less, I'll push it in there. And then if this room is indicating if it doesn't have enough pips, it's going to close this door, getting a dupe to wrangle a pip. Do that there. Basically exact same setup I have for auto-populating the hatches in this room. Other than that, let's just have a quick look. I now only have 1 dupe over on this world because I wanted all hands on creating the steam production. So we're just doing a little bit of a mop up. Want to set up a great hall and kind of living area, create a washroom, all that type of thing. So we'll see how that goes with 1 dupe in this world. I'll be back on cycle 110 to see how much progress I can make on steam power. Cycle 110, and I've got a very small amount of steam in here. And this just ends up being a little bit more challenging than I thought it was going to be. Essentially, I built this bottle emptier and pump, thinking I could quickly get liquid to land there and get into this area. I can control whether that goes in here or not. But when the dupes are carrying water down here, it's freezing and ice in their hands and landing as ice, which isn't that helpful. So what I'm going to try to do is build a path. I'm going to get, fortunately enough to get, I have a very hot source of water right here. I'm going to try to pump it here and dump it and seeing if it's going to be quick enough and hopefully not freeze, not turn to ice, and I can get a small amount in there. So I get enough steam to make this thing run. The other thing is I do have the steam turbines, so I've got 3 of them, which is good. And I've got this mechanism here, a liquid reservoir. Basically, I've got this door. I'll open it when I'm not in need of power, and I'll close it when I do need power. So essentially, when that closes, I'll send water in, that'll turn into steam, and kick off the power production system. Over here, I'm deciding that I probably want a lot of lead on the base to do various automation things. So the dupes put lead in the storage bin. This conveyor loader is taking that up for us and throwing that in the basement so the dupes can use some lead for various construction purposes. Notice some gases here, natural gas, carbon dioxide. It's fine right now, it's not in the basement, but it's approaching that, so I'm going to have to deal with that sometime soon. The other thing is the trees aren't finally happy. Things have started to warm up a little bit. You can see all the eggs have been taken out with the automation system. We should eventually be getting them in here. Let's just check. We've got some pip eggs on the way. Either they're hidden or I don't quite see them. But you know what? The easiest thing to do is to search pip eggs. We've got none. Unless they're... Ah! They're all in this guy, aren't they? Yep. Well, the two and somebody over there. Alright. And it shows as there's 0 in the world. That's an easy fix. All I need to do is just connect this over to here, and that should fix that a little bit. Let's go over just before I finish this cycle update. You can see this dupe is putting some wiring. We're going to start clearing the air, clean that out a bit. We've got some rooms. We've got a great hall, a nature reserve that the dupe's going to go through when they go to the washroom and barracks, so their morale get a little bit higher, and we'll start the process of exploring this world because I suspect there's going to be some useful resources. If nothing else, sleet wheat would be something I'll want to take back home with me. Oh, and I also use this to get a skill. I think they've got stronger health regeneration now. Cycle 115 and our steam engine process is complete. So we've got 3 steam engines. Smart batteries indicating we have enough power. So it's opening this guy, meaning more liquid is not going in here. But when this battery gets low, we've got a NOT gate right after it. It's going to close this door. We'll start pushing in some water, generating some extra power. To enhance power production even more, I've got a power control station. And that makes this whole area a power plant. So we can increase the power from these guys. We can see we've got engine tune-ups going there. It's just bringing some fossils up to the homeworld. Just landing that in the basement the same way I did with lead. That's going to be used by this guy, actually. You know what? Let's even put in... Where is that? So I've got eggs in there. We also want... raw material. That's where you're going to find fossil. Alright, so that's just going to allow this rock crusher to run, and we will even start the process and creating some fossil. That's going to help our steel production. Now, a little bit of brine, ice. I forgot to clear one of these bins, so that's going to melt. I'm just going to get rid of that by building around it and draining it out. And final thing is I closed off this area up here so dupes can't leave without putting on Atmo suits. And where I'm just building a path all the way around the base, so it's all been closed off now. I'm just going to do things like analyze some of the stuff that I haven't been able to do before. And then we'll have start digging out. Notice that some of these geysers are now active again, so that's why I cleared this out, so that I can make sure I get new liquid out into the world instead of having them blocked off. New printable. So now I just need to decide what to do next. Probably with all this liquid, I wouldn't mind having a system to convert brine and salt water to regular water, just in case my water reserves ever get low. We're on cycle 120. Things are looking decent. Over here, my goal is to block off this guy here. Because unlike the main world, which is very cold, this world isn't. And I don't want excess amount of heat to get all over the base. I did let this area here get a little bit warm. In fact, it's so warm, I'm not comfortable having a dupe go in there. So I'm going to put an Atmo suit station here before a dupe can actually put tiles around this guy here. Back on the homeworld, we have some issues with the steam turbines. A minor thing, but some crude oil, solid crude oil was in there. Didn't really think of that, but I think the easiest thing to do is just to dig a path down here, let it drain out. We'll do a mop up, we'll put some petroleum back, and we should be good to go. This steam turbine is running in the meantime, so we do have that as a power source until then. So not terribly worried about that. Other developments, I'm sending this salt water up into here, and the pips are in this zone. They're planting some of these thimbleweed seeds. I've got this liquid temperizer that's going to be going on soon, and providing a little bit of heat so that these plants will be able to grow. Also, because we've got power, I've been able to produce plastic. Plastic development is going on again. The first thing I've used with that is to build a plastic ladder in the base so the dupes can climb a little bit quicker. And the other thing is I've got a little slug room over here. I've got some slug eggs thanks to the printing pod. Just bringing that with heavy watt wires. Just a small amount of extra power. Figured why not. Let's just do a general health check of the base. Oxygen wise, we're looking decent. Now that we've got a power source, I wouldn't mind getting rid of the excess hydrogen. See a little bit of polluted oxygen, so actually, you know what, I'm gonna take care of that right now before I forget. But yeah, so there's that. Power wise, you know, we are probably going to redo some of the circuits now that I've got lead. That's something in a future episode, maybe next time, maybe the one after. But the key thing is we now have a lot of power, and I'll just fix this a little bit, but we'll be able to get our steam turbines on again. And that's going to open up all kinds of possibilities. Temperature-wise, we're looking pretty comfortable within the base itself. Trees are growing again, so that is a good thing. And disease, I'm suspecting nothing given the fact the world's generally cold. So yeah, we're doing decent. I will be back in another episode where I'll continue on expanding this base. You can see what I get up to at that point. Thanks for watching. Thanks anyone for liking, subscribing, and sending comments, and I will see you later.